What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about this shoe. This is the Newton Excel. It's a shoe specifically made for bigger runners like me and maybe some of y'all. Alrighty, guys, so Newton's just sitting over the shoe for me to do a review of, but we had no prior whether the shoe a positive or negative review. This is my own thoughts on this shoe. And this is not a review, this is going to be a first look and thoughts of these Newton Excel shoes. So first off, I have to talk about cushion shoes for bigger runners. And whenever you are a big runner and you go into a running specific store or any store really, they're going to try to put you in the most cushioned shoe in the world. And that's what I found. I was running in Asics Kayanos for a long time, which is a pretty cushioned shoe for us bigger runners, and I was running that for a long time. But what I found was the issue through the years of running with them was my form. Because I was running in those cushioned shoes, I was actually masking my bad form running in those shoes because I would be heel striking, and because it was so cushioned, it would hide the fact that I was running in bad form, or I'd be overstriding. The same thing, the shoe would kind of compensate for it. But in the long term, the more I ran in those shoes, I found out I was getting more injured through the years because I was running in bad form for so long. So what I did, I switched up to more minimalist shoes and I fixed my form. But nowadays I've been running a lot of my miles in Newton Distance 10s. These are the shoes right here. These are the Newton Distance 10s. These are actually my go-to shoe for racing, for 5Ks, for 10Ks, for marathons. I love these shoes, and it works out for me because I have learned to run correctly. So before you get into a shoe that says it's for bigger runners like this shoe, make sure to look at your form. Make sure you're not overstriding. Make sure you're not heel striking. Make sure you're landing underneath your waist, because if you aren't doing those things, this is just going to mask all of those things, and in the long term you'll probably get injured even though you are wearing shoes made for bigger guys. So let's go ahead and talk about this Newton Excel. What's so special about it? So they did say they did a lot of research with this athlete, Mark Schlereth. I don't know how to say his last name, but he is a pro football player. He used to be 280 pounds, probably more, and he loved Newtons, and this is why they made a shoe for bigger runners, because of what he had to say about the shoe. So they really used him as their model for the bigger guy. 280 pounds is a big guy. For myself, I'm 240 pounds, 5'11", so I'm a big guy as well. And this shoe is supposed to help us bigger guys, mainly because of the cushion and the new NRG cushioning system over here. But we'll talk about that later. First off, we'll take a look at the colorway. So this is the only colorway that this shoe comes in. It's also only for men. They don't make a women's shoe, but this is the only colorway. I also do like the blue energy foam that it has. So for styling wise, I would say that this is a step up from the Newton Distance 10's colorway, but still I would like it a little bit more flashier, but it's not bad for what it is. So let's take a look at the upper. The upper is a nice thin mesh material over there, very lightweight. You can see through it. I could actually see the camera through the mesh, so really light and supposed to be seamless inside. Everything is really comfortable. The shoelace length is the perfect shoelace length for me. I've had issues with other shoelaces being too short, but this one works just well. For me, the tongue could be a little bit more cushion. You can see right there, it's not super plushy or plush, but the issue that I came with it is, for some reason, where the shoelace sits over here where I tie it, it just digs into my ankle. So if it's laying right here, it's gonna dig into my ankle a lot, and it actually caused me a little bit of pain where I had to actually loosen up the shoelaces because I think that the tongue is not cushioned enough, or it's just the placement of these top shoelace holes. Maybe it rides a little bit too high. And then you get to the tongue. I was talking about the tongue earlier being a little bit too thin, but the weird thing about this shoe is that if you see that, it says Gravity 9, and these Newton Excels are based on the Gravity shoe line, which is the top of the line shoe that Newton makes, but they actually have a Newton Gravity 10. So it's weird to me that this shoe would say Gravity 9 and not the newer Gravity 10. I wish that for this shoe, especially at the price point of $195, I wish that it said Newton Excel on here and not another shoe's name on here, especially for that price point. So that's a weird little thing that it says Gravity 9 over here. Other than that, there is the heel cup. I've had no issues with the heel cup at all. Very comfortable, perfect height. It doesn't dig into my heel at all. And then we'll get into the insole. The insole is also made of that energy foam, and you can see right here that for every Newton shoe that they make, they actually take out or recycle 4 water bottles into the shoe. So Newton is really trying to be eco-friendly. I think also the foam is made out of a material that is supposed to biodegrade a lot faster than other foams. So that's going to be a good thing as well. First off, let's look at the energy foam from this side. So if you guys can see, let's get my face out of there. So if you guys can see, the energy foam is also supposed to be a little bit bigger cells. So it's supposed to have bigger cells in it to help with that cushioning. And for me, I think that the foam is a lot more firmer than my Newton Distance 10. So you can see right here, this is the energy foam of the Newton Excel, and it's a lot harder to compress than my Newton Distance 10. You can see right here, this foam on here, super easy to compress. You can see that. Like, I'm not putting much pressure on there, and it's compressing. With this foam, this energy foam, I don't know if you guys can tell, but trust me, it is a lot more firmer than the Newton Distance 10s. Also inside of this is going to be the XPS plate. So this is a plated shoe. It's not carbon fiber plated or anything, but there is a plate in it, and it's supposed to work in combination with their lug system. So Newton does have a lug system. Basically, these lugs over here covers air chambers, and when you do step on it, it's going to compress those air chambers and allow for a trampoline effect. And now it's in combination with the XPS plated system. So that's gonna work together with these lugs to give you an even more bounce whenever you're running. I actually didn't feel it being a really bouncy shoe. I felt that it was a firm ride for me whenever I did run with them. I ran a 10K recently with these. Again, this is a first look, so I do need a lot more miles with it to do a full review. But for me, I felt that this was a very firm ride for me. I didn't feel the benefits of the XPS plating system. It is a light shoe. For a size 12.5, this shoe is only 10.5 ounces, which is really, really light for a big shoe like that. So probably it's gonna be about 10 ounces for this shoe. This is a size 12. So if you do look into the sole of the shoe, this shoe does have a lot of foam in it. The only rubber spots are gonna be right here on the heel, and also the lug systems, and a little bit of rubber on top. Other than that, all this blue part that you see on the bottom is going to be made of that XPS foam with that plated system inside of it. So like I said, for me, the ride was a firm ride. I didn't really feel the benefits of the XPS plating system on my first run. Maybe I need a little bit more time with it, do some more speed work with it. But for me, this shoe is a lot more firmer than the Newton Distance 10s that I have over here. I think that firmness is probably for us bigger runners, because we will need a more firmer shoe so we don't break down that foam as quick as we would like this lighter shoe, this Newton Distance 10s. So that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's what Newton researchers said, but I couldn't find anything on their website telling you about the benefits of the shoe for bigger runners other than its new cushioning system. So yeah, this is the Newton Distance Excel. Again, it's $195, big price tag for this shoe. I did wish that it said Newton Excel on here instead of Gravity 9s. So this is my first look of this shoe. Let me know what other questions you have on this Newton Excel. And if you guys enjoyed this first look of the shoe, give me a like, leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.